Hi there folks, Gareth here from the Mobile Tech Addicts podcast, tracyandmatt.co.uk and for unboxings.com, and I'm having a look at the Archos 50 Diamond. Sorry, you can barely see that there. Well, I suppose the light can help. This is a beautiful little phone by Archos, who are a bit of a game changer whenever it comes to cheap phones and quality. So here we have a 4G LTE device with an octa-core processor inside it, IPS Full HD 5-inch display, 16 megapixel camera, 8 megapixel camera, I'm guessing that's the front one, 16 gigabytes of internal storage, and it's dual SIM. Runs Android 4.4 out of the box, comes with pre-installed games from Gameloft, nothing much there, bit of blurb on the bottom. Nice lime green side view with 50 Diamond on the back. It says here Archos 50 Diamond green, KitKat 4G, 150 megabits per second, 5-inch capacitive multi-touch IPS technology, octa-core 1.5 gigahertz, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of storage plus some SD card slot. And cameras, other stuff as well. Okay, let's get in here and have a look. Okay, that'll be the device, and this is some packaging that's a wee bit knackered. Okay, we have some headphones with in-ear noise cancelling buds. Don't look too bad. The whiteness around the top of the bud here makes me a bit wary of actually touching them. And we have inline controls, one button and a microphone. Okay. Next up we have a micro USB cable and some bump. What bump do we have? We have entertainment your way, pretty much a manual warranty. There's one other thing down here as well. Seems to be stuck to the bottom there. Technical assistance. Right, okay, fair enough. Okay, so sorry about that folks, the power went out here. This is the Archos phone itself. Notice the green line along here. It's like a luminous lime green. Looks yellow in the camera at the moment, but perhaps there's a bit of a difference. But notice there is a lack of bezel up here. The glass comes right up to the very edge. I'll be very interested to see whether or not the screen goes right up to the edge. In the image it doesn't look like it does, but it'd be cool if it did. Although you would get a bit of overlap because your fingers do tend to go over that just a wee bit. On the side here we have a button here, which must be the power, hopefully. And then a volume rocker, a 3.5mm headphone jack there, there's a little sensor and microphone more than likely there, and along this side there is nothing aside from a grip to rip off the back cover. And on the back it's pretty much a clean state. There's a small speaker grill there, Archos logo here, and the 16 megapixel camera plus an LED flash. Nothing too remarkable. At the bottom there's another microphone hole and the micro USB. So we're going to try and prise this open and have a look in the back. Oh, we got some NFC there as well. Okay, built into the back cover, and a built-in or screwed-in battery. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it just makes it more difficult to get an actual battery, I think. Maybe I've never had to replace one of these anyway. SIM 1, SIM 2 because it's dual SIM, micro SD card slot, speaker down there. Okay, and that must be for the NFC. That's not. I was thinking that perhaps it was wireless charging there for a second, but maybe not. That's the power button on the side there. Nothing else too remarkable to report underneath the hood of the phone, but we'll click this back on and get her boot up. It's a very clean looking screen, although it's very, very fingerprinty already. Archos, still using the Entertainment Your Way powered by Android. Okay, no SIM card in SIM card slots, please insert one. Right, we're going to go with English. Skip. Get her on a Wi-Fi. We'll do that later. Third-party applications need to be installed. That's a bit of a pain. But I guess that means it can install the latest version straight away, rather than just saying, needing to be updated. This is what's coming. Hi. Well, there's an awful lot of games content there, and obviously they require extra downloads because I'm sure that wasn't a gig each or whatever. Okay, make yourself at home, create more screens with folders, organize your space, touch and hold the background to manage wallpaper, widgets, etc. Rather naked looking Android. Straight up we have a firmware update. Just going to have a look around, see if there's anything in particular that is new, strange or startling. The 100% games thing we've seen before. Obviously there's the Archos video player, one of the finest video players on the market. You can buy it from the App Store, and I thoroughly encourage you to do that if you watch any form of content on the phone that, well, isn't Netflix or streamed or something. Actually you can stream on it, yeah you can. FM radio, looks like, or it's FM radio new, so that's must be a new app for streaming FM radio. Then these ones that have been installed just now, Jamendo, Little Big City. Maybe they're territorial as well, so if you buy this in a certain area, you might not get some of these games. News Republic, Office Suite. There isn't too much in addition. It is fairly naked in Android respects. What are we running here anyway? We've got settings, Android phone. We've got Android 4.4.4. Oh, could this be a lollipop update? I guess we'll never know until it's done and installed. So the buttons pop up like that at the bottom, not actually on the screen, which is something that's quite nice. That bezel looks like it's part of the screen, but it actually isn't. And then if I bring up, let's go with something big and white. No, that's probably not the right choice to make. The SMS client, you can see there is a bit of a bezel up the side. Goes all the way down and round. We get extra buttons at the bottom there, which is handy. Then at the top there's quite a decent amount of bezel, not too much, it's not too intrusive, not too overpowering. And then the buttons here, it's menu on the left, home, and then back. They're not the brightest. I wonder if you can modify the LED brightness there. I've quickly installed Geekbench because I want to have a quick look and see just how well this device performs in comparison to some of the others on the market. There's the obvious specs rundown. I think it's worth pointing out that Archos seem to be using Qualcomm more often now and having Snapdragons inside the devices. This is really very, very good because whilst this hardware still isn't up to the standards of the likes of HTC or something, it is very good quality. You know, it's not overtly plastic or anything. It would stand up against Samsung devices. It really would. It's a nice device. I wouldn't mind having this in my pocket at all times. The yellow is obviously an acquired taste. Some people are going to be hating it, some people are going to be loving it. But for me, it's not quite my bag. But whenever you consider this is £170, this device, that's really something to be taking notice of. And using it for a little while, having the buttons along here in this capacitive area is really quite nice. It's a lovely design feature alongside. Having used a Nexus device for a while, you have to flip up to make the buttons appear at the very bottom, and that is it's a natural reaction now. However, just having the capacitive buttons there ready to go is quite nice. It does mean that they don't change, or they're not changeable quite as easy, but there's nothing stopping people putting an extra row of buttons along the bottom of the screen, so you do have more opportunity for a bit of change, a bit of different integration of the buttons on the device. I like this. I really do like this. I do generally like Archos products. I'm very forgiving of a lot of their warts because their prices are so good and their approach to media is something I can really, really respect. And packaging the Archos video player onto this and Archos's media suite is a very big attraction, and I thoroughly recommend anyone who uses media on a daily basis that they check out Archos devices, because they are possibly one of the best avenues to go down if you need media. Okay, so our single core score is 651 and the multi-core is 2249. Okay, we can check that against other devices. Okay, so far I've been using Geekbench 3. I have benchmarked a whole whopping 3 devices thus far. I will be doing more in future. If I could get that to focus, that would be superb. Right, so we have the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and the Nexus 10. Okay, so by comparison, if we go across here, you can see the frequency slightly lower. Mostly Qualcomm aside from the Nexus 10, which is Manta. And then the multi-core score is 2249, so it is a good bit faster than the Nexus 10, which is only dual core. It's quite a bit less than the Note 4. However, I'm hopefully going to build these scores up over the course of other unboxings, and we'll be able to compare that way. Oh, there's battery results as well. Oh, very nice. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to see how the battery life actually lasts on this, because I do think it'll be quite intensive. I don't think there's any details on the box as to what the battery is that's inside it. And you certainly can't tell from the packaging on the back. But the screen is bright and vibrant. Even looking at it now, it is nice. It's a very crisp screen, very crisp and colourful. You can see some of the pixels there. There's not too much in the way of bloat. Certainly isn't any heavy overlays. There is some packaged software which you can quite easily remove, and then of course there is the beautiful Archos suite, which you can buy from the store. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look at the camera as well, if I can find it. Okay, yes, we'll remember locations. Looks like a fairly stock little camera affair. We'll put that there and that there with this in front. I didn't have to use the flash there, but we'll turn the flash on just for the sake of it. How do we turn the flash on again? Okay, so whenever we bring up the menu on the camera, we have options, more options, even more options. It's not entirely useful. Scene mode, picture quality, storage position, and auto HDR. We'll turn that on, may as well. The digital zoom isn't great, but it works. And the response time is quite quick. Here we are in low level light taking pictures, and it is happening. Alright, well, I'll post some of those pictures into the video as well so you can have a look. So that's the Archos 50 Diamond. It is quite a decent device. I am very impressed with it. For £170 you could do far, far, far worse. If you can get past the yellow, that is. I'm certain that it'll be coming in different colours, and hopefully it'll have a lollipop update fairly soon. We'll have to check with Archos to see if that's actually going to happen. But other than that, nice device, nice trial, Archos. I'm very impressed with it. I like it. So check back on tracyandmatt.co.uk for extra unboxings and all kinds of other devices. And check out the Mobile Tech Addict show on a Wednesday evening at about 8:30. You can watch it online afterwards and download the podcast if you fancy. Take care now.